Today with a tag video that I've been waiting to do forever, and it's a TMI tag. And there's 20 questions? 25 questions. Holy buckets. I will try to do them all in one video, but it might end up that I do half and half. So we'll see. But we'll start. So, number one is the last song that I sang, and it would be a Prince song, and I've been singing it for the last couple weeks, and it's called "The Beautiful Ones." But there's this part that always goes, excuse me, baby, baby, baby. I'm not a good singer, but it's beautiful. If you haven't heard it, look it up. "The Beautiful Ones," Prince, especially at the end where he just gets into it and feels it. Oh man, it just tears at your heart. So please listen to it. Number two, last sport I played. I am not a sport type of girl. Um, the closest thing to sports for me is swimming, playing catch with Malloy, walking. I love going for walks, like hiking. Um, but I did play softball when I was younger. I was a cheerleader when I was younger. That's a whole nother video. That's a good story time. I'll have to tell you about when I was a cheerleader. Oh my gosh. Number three, my last kiss. Obviously Malloy. I kissed my nieces last night. I always kiss my nieces and nephews, even if they don't want me to. As far as like a romantic kiss, holy buckets. Do I really have to go there? Wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to answer that. Malloy watches these videos. Maybe this will have to be an 18 plus video. I haven't had, like, seriously, I haven't touched a man in 9 years. Don't judge. It's by choice. Gosh, who was it? It was probably my ex, one of my exes that I might have seen when I was out. And I don't want to say Malloy's dad, because ick. But it may have been. No, I think it was one of my ex-boyfriends that I had kind of a night out with once, when Malloy was like a seriously little baby. When I was confused and didn't know what I was doing. Like right before I got sober for the last time. So, yeah. Okay. Cannot believe I just shared that. Last show I watched, that would have been The Walking Dead. And it was horrible. Um, I literally didn't, I had to stop watching it. I think I missed like the last 15 minutes probably. Um, it was just too brutal. I feel like they made, I mean, I've been watching this show for years, and you fall in love with these characters, and for them to be killed that way and that gory and brutal, it was just like heartbreaking. Like, I get that it's just a show, but like, it broke my heart. Ugh, like watching Glenn try to talk. No, see, I can't even, no, I can't even talk about it. It was horrible, and I feel like the show is so awesome that they didn't need to go there. Like, they really didn't need to go there. It would have still been an amazing show without it going to that level. Like, I just feel like that was too much. Maybe that's just me. Number five, the last time you said I love you. And Malloy, I say it when I dropped him off at school. We've had this thing ever since he was little where it'll just be the middle of the day, and we'll just, wherever we are, and one of us will just say, love you, or I love you so much, or, it's just something that we just say all the time whenever we feel like it. And I love that he still does that without being embarrassed. So that's really special. Last thing that made me cry. Wow. Last thing that really made me cry. Like The Walking Dead, I almost cried. It made me really sad. The last thing that actually made me cry, I'm not a crier. Um, I'm gonna say probably being in court with Malloy's father and hearing how, from the evaluator, um, hearing how she had a private talk with Malloy. And so hearing the way he feels and the way um, he feels hurt by his father, it just, yeah, I don't want to cry again. But that was definitely it. It just tore me up. Um, Number 7 is what are my fears? And death has always been a fear. That's a really easy one for me to answer. Ever since I was a little girl. Um, and I don't know so much if it's death that really scares me. It's like I believe in God and I believe in heaven, and I always have. What scares me though is thinking about being in heaven forever, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Like, because our human brains can't think that way, it drives me nuts, and it freaks me out. I used to wake up in the middle of the night as a little girl, and I would drive myself crazy trying to think about that, and I'd think about, like, how can I live? There's so much work going on at my apartment right now. Sorry. They're doing all this work on our sidewalk, and somebody moved out, so they're doing the apartment above me. And anyway, that's what you hear. Anyway, so I drive myself crazy thinking about forever. Like, how can I live forever? Won't I get bored? Won't I get tired? Won't, you know what I mean? Like, it make my heart like literally race. So that's one of my big fears. My other fear is my son not having a good life. That's all I want in this life is for him to be happy, for him to be successful. Um, yeah, I don't want him to get into drugs or alcohol. I just want him to go to college, do all the things I didn't do. And I just want him to be happy. I really want him to be happy. So a fear is that um, he won't be happy. Um, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it happen. Um, Number 8 is the reason I joined YouTube. And I joined YouTube really just to put videos up for Malloy and I to watch and to put our memories. And I had no intentions of sharing those videos with anyone besides us and maybe some family members. Um, and I actually have a different channel, which is what we started with. And it's called Lily Harder. And that's where some of those videos are. Um, but you can tell that I totally didn't make them for other people. I started to because I found a YouTube. Um, it's called YouTube Mommy Meetup. I found it on Facebook, and so I just joined it and joined the group. And actually, I joined another group as well called Coffee Tea Or. Um, and anyway, I just started making more videos and getting to know other YouTubers, and then they would subscribe to my channel. It started off very slow. I had under 100 for a long, 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 long time. I didn't expect to even get over 100, honestly. So I don't have a lot now. I don't have a lot of subscribers now, but to me, it's a lot. Um, so yeah, that's why I joined. I just joined for the heck of it, and then decided, you know what, I kind of like this. I enjoyed meeting the friends. I enjoyed watching other people's videos and getting to know them and commenting back and forth with them. Um, and I like sharing my little world with people. It's been fun because I've had good experiences. I haven't had people that have been too rude or mean or yeah, it's been really nice. So, and I haven't had a hobby in years. As a single mom, you kind of put yourself last. As a mom, period. As a parent, period. I don't mean to always throw in the single mom thing, but that's my life. That's my reality. But I haven't had a hobby in many years, Malloy's whole life. So to have a hobby, something to do, um, has been really fun. So yeah, and then just to keep these memories to look back on. I didn't have I don't have videos of me as a kid growing up, and I would have loved that. So I hope Malloy will appreciate it someday. Number 9, how long does it take me to shower? If I have to shave, it's probably about 20 minutes. If I'm in a hurry and I just have to get going, which is normally how it goes, probably about 10-15 minutes. I can go really really fast. The only part that takes the longest is the hair, obviously. So, but yeah, I'd say 10 minutes. Um, Number 10 is my favorite color. Turquoise. I love turquoise. That's been my favorite color for the last few years. I also like pink, but like turquoise, as you can see, my earrings and my shirt, I guess. Um, but I really like colors, period. I just like colors. If you ever saw like my house, which I'm sure you've seen some of it, but I just like color. I just like bright colors. So, but yeah, turquoise right now. Um, 11, something that I miss, and that would definitely be my cat. I got her when I was probably like 4, and she died when I was about probably 22, 23. And she was like a family member to me, and her name was Abby. Did I say that? Anyway, um, she had seen me through so many stages of my life, from childhood to the early teen years to high school, and then even as an adult after my car accident, for instance. Having her, she laid on the couch with me, um, as I laid there for months before I could walk again. So um, she was like a family member, one of my bestie friends. Bestie friends. So yeah, I miss my cat a lot. And I also miss how the world used to be. And I made a video about it the other day, yesterday. I miss how the world used to be. It was kinder, I think. Okay. Um, 12. Do I have any tattoos or piercings? I have no tattoos yet. I say yet because I haven't ruled it out. I always said I will never get a tattoo unless I have a child. Well, I have a child. So, someday I might get something that has to do with him. It would be very small. It would have to be somewhere that I can cover it up. Um, Piercings, just my ears. Um, just regular earring. And I don't really wear earrings often, but I got these for my birthday, and so I've been wearing them. They came in a 6 pack from Claire's, and they're all different colors. They're really cool. I did have a piercing up here once, but it hurt so bad that I didn't let it heal all the way. I took it out. It was way too painful. Um, 13. Have I ever had a bad breakup? Sounds like they're like right outside my window. This is like private business. Stop listening to me. Yes, I have had a few really bad breakups. One of them was with an abusive boyfriend when I was younger, and I had tried to leave him many times, and he would like, say he was going to kill himself, and so I would take him back, or he would threaten me or my family, and so I would take him back, or I felt like I couldn't live without him, so I would take him back. But finally, one day, something just clicked. He said something to me. He called me. I remember the name he called me. I was at work, and he was upset once again that I was going to go shopping with my friends after work, and he didn't want me to have a life. Because he always thought I was going to cheat on him, which it was so silly because I never even thought about it. But he was just so insecure that he constantly thought I was going to cheat on him. I couldn't wear makeup. I couldn't wear skirts. I could barely go anywhere because he thought he'd lose me. Anyway, he called me a name, and I can't say it. But that was just, and he had called me many names before, but this time, that was it. That was it. Something clicked, and I said, never, ever again will you call me a name like that. And I broke up with him, and I never went back to him. So, and the other bad breakup, well, that's in another video. It's my love story and why I'm still single, I believe. That was a really, really, really hard breakup, and it still brings me to tears when I think about him today. Almost 10 years later. At least 10, well, about 10 years later. I still can cry if I think about him too much, so that was a really bad one. Um, Mainly because I still loved him and I didn't want us to end, and just the way it all happened was awful. So, um, 14, have I ever been in love? One time. Well, I'm in love with my son, hello, so maybe more than once. um, I've never been in love like I am with my child, obviously. I never knew that a love like that could even exist. But yeah, um, I was in love one other time, and that was the same relationship that I just mentioned. Um, yep, that's it. Number 15, my favorite bands. Um, Bon Jovi has always been one of my favorite bands. Um, I don't know about bands. It's tough. I love a lot of 80s stuff, like lots of 80s stuff. I could name like singers like Michael Jackson and Prince and um, gosh, I could just go on. I really like the 80s and the 90s.